Welcome to Mindspring Metro DC's May video blog on being comfortably uncomfortable with feedback. What does being comfortably uncomfortable with feedback mean? It means two things. First, having the ability to provide feedback to others that furthers their leadership goals or developing self-awareness. And second, the ability to receive feedback from others without resorting to negative stress. According to research, the number one stressor at work is interpersonal relationships, and much of it boils down to giving and receiving feedback. Lack of communication is also a huge factor in people being unhappy in personal relationships. Think about what happens to you in your personal or professional life when you hear the words, "May I share some feedback with you?" Do you immediately think the feedback is going to be negative and you're already preparing defensive responses? Does your body react to the question by clenching your jaw, tensing your shoulders, or some other similar response? Do your emotions reflect your anger, frustration, and fear as to what the feedback is going to be about? On the other hand, think about what happens to you when you have to ask the question, "May I share some feedback with you?" You worry that you will hear no. Your thoughts start racing about all the potential outcomes that could occur. Your body tenses up because you assume the person to whom you're providing feedback will freak out upon hearing what you have to say, even though you believe it's not all bad. Furthermore, you begin to get resentful that you have to provide the feedback. In any relationship, professional or personal, you want to have the ability to 1. Calmly provide feedback to others that furthers the realization of leadership goals and self-awareness, and 2. Receive feedback from others without resorting to stress, anxiety, frustration, and a number of other emotions that arise from receiving feedback. The ability to give and receive feedback represents the most significant measure of effective leadership. Too often, leaders get defensive and attack the person, the message, the situation, thus, the proverbial saying, shooting the messenger. Let's first look at the ability to calmly provide feedback. Number 1, before you provide feedback to an individual, you need to ensure that you have established trust with them. 2, once a trusting relationship has been established, you state your intention to give feedback in order to help the individual understand their impact on you, your team, or any other situation. When giving feedback, make sure you're coming from a place of truly wanting to help this person. They will know if you aren't. 4, ask them if they have any questions and be ready to not take any defensiveness personally. And lastly, stay to clean up any messes created. This will help deepen the trust you have with the individual. Now let's look at how to calmly receive feedback. First, prepare yourself for the feedback by remembering to breathe and distract yourself from all of those racing thoughts that are going through everything that could happen. Second, when listening to the feedback being given, really listen. Too often, the minute we start receiving feedback, we start devising defensive rebuttals. Ask questions to clarify what you just heard so that you can really absorb what is being said to you. Fourth, Thank the individual for providing you with feedback and let them know that you need time to think about it. Remember, very few of us can respond in the moment. Take some time to work through the emotion and process. And lastly, remove yourself and reflect on what was said. Ask yourself, is there truth to it? What can I learn from it? In both cases, feedback is given from the eye of the beholder, meaning we're either sharing our perspective with others or they are sharing their perspective with us. Keeping this in mind and understanding that it is another imperfect human being sitting across from you, either receiving or giving feedback, helps you to remain calm and take the time to think about what the learning is for you. Thank you for listening to Mindspring Metro DC's latest video blog on giving and receiving feedback. For more information, please visit our website at www.mindspringmetrodc.com.